Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa halallahu bay'a wa harramal riba. La ta'kulu amwalukum bainakum bil batili ala an takunu tijarata an taradi minkum. अल्लाह ताला ने तिजारत को हलाल और सूद को हराम करार दिया है और आपस में एक दूसरे का माल नाजायज तरीके से ना खाओ, बाहमी रजामंदी से तिजारत करो। Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to welcome you to today's corporate briefing session. Before I begin, I would like to introduce the distinguished leadership present here. Our respected CEO Ahmed Ali Bawani, whose strategic vision continue to guide the company towards sustainable growth. Our dedicated finance manager, Mr. Atif, who ensure financial discipline, transparency, and compliance. And also Mr. Hassan is here, who is a senior finance executive. And myself, Mohammad Ayub, Chief Financial Officer of the company. I am pleased to present an overview of our financial performance and challenges faced in 2025 and key highlights of the ongoing season operation outlook in the sugar industry and our strategic direction moving forward. Before I proceed further, I would like to inform you that Faran Sugar Mill is meeting is all its financing needs through Sharia compliance product, ensuring halal earnings for its valued stakeholders. With that, I now proceed to present our financial review and outlook. First page.
Just page.
First page showing disclaimer statement. Next. Table of contents showing different parts of this corporate briefing. Next. Company profile. Showing basic information about company, it incorporates stock listing, core business, and director name of directors all. Next. There is major milestone from 1981 to 2025 showing on slides. एक मिनट. Next. Global sugar outlook. The global sugar production was around 181 million metric tons in 2024-25 and it is estimated to increase to 189 in this ongoing season. Brazil remains the largest producer of sugar with 43.7 million metric ton, followed by India with 28 million metric ton sugar. India had the highest sugar consumption worldwide with 30.41 million metric tons, followed by the European Union. Next. This slide shows sugar production country-wise. Brazil top of the list and India followed by India. Next. Global sugar consumption, India on top of the list. Next. Pakistan sugar industry overview. Next. This slide shows 3 years production data of province-wise and overall country. In 2022-23, it shows 6.74 million ton production, and then 2023-24, 6.84. But in 2024 and 25, it dropped to 5.86 due to shorter crops and lesser recovery this year. Next. Key attributes showing basic information of sugar industry of Pakistan on last year data. Sugar industry overview of season 2024-25. There was no support price by any province for the sugar for the 2024-25 due to International Monetary Fund condition. Second main event was the policy rate, which reduced almost half from 23 to 12%, resulting in reduction in the finance cost. Sin produced 1.62 million tons of refined sugar, down by 19.8% from 2.2 million tons in the previous season, mainly due to the impact on sugarcane through heat waves, erratic weather, and pest attacks, which led to low sugar recovery rates. Next. The carryover stock of sugar as on 1st December 2024 was 0.66 million metric tons. The total production for this season 2024-25 stood at 5.86 million tons, reflecting a decline of 14.33% from the season 2023-24. Price began to increase in second half of the year and continued rising throughout the rest of the season. Despite adequate domestic sugar availability, the federal government approved the import of 500 tons through TCP to stabilize prices, of which 306,737 tons were actually imported at the official level. Next. Operation and financial performance of Faran Sugar Mills Limited. Next. Next page. There is some major things in Faran Sugar Mills. Number one, in 2024, Faran Sugar Mills undertook the installation of additional 600 kilowatt solar power system, enhancing the total plant solar capacity to 900 kilowatt, financed entirely under the SBB concession rates, out of which 880 kilowatt has been successfully commissioned. To improve the working capital requirement, the company raised 507 million by issuing 58% right shares at the rate of 35 rupees per share during the year. Water conservation is a very key sustainability priority for Faran Sugar Mills, both for costing saving and environmental. Next. It is very important, effective from August 2025, the management and operation of both school and college were transferred to the Citizen Foundation, TCF, to enhance the academic standards through TCF experience and expertise in school management. Unicol, following the acquisition of Popular Sugar Mills assets in 2023, delivered strong performance in the second season 2024-25 and continues to perform strongly in the ongoing season 2025-26, establishing the group strategy presence in the province of Punjab. Next. This slide shows financial highlights showing sales, gross profit, operating profit, finance costs. Next. Financial highlights in graphical forms. Next. Profitability ratio, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, earning before, return on share equity, return on capital employed. Next. Financial ratios showing current ratio, quick ratio, debt equity ratio, interest cover, market value per share, year end. Next. Financial information for the quarter ended December 31st, 2025. Showing financial highlights for first quarter of year 2026. Next. Showing profit ratio in this slide. Next. showing financial ratio in this slide. Next. Overview of season 2026. Mr. Atif, continue. Mr. Atif will continue overview of season 2025-26.
Monitoring. Looking ahead, ISO International Sugar Organization has forecasted the global sugar production in 25-26 to rise to 180 to 189 million tons. And amid moderate demand growth, international prices are expected to remain relatively subdued, fostering a stable and competitive trade environment aligned with global market trends and informed strategic planning. Sugar industry in Pakistan is expected to experience moderate growth in 25-26, which is supported by improved sugarcane availability, timely crushing, adequate domestic supply, and subdued international prices, enabling mills to manage operation and sales efficiently despite the absence of government support price. Due to higher sugarcane availability and improved expected recovery of around 20%, production is expected to increase. A 20% estimated figure. Despite ongoing challenges, the company continued operational efficiencies, discipline, resource management, and proactive sales strategy are expected to support stable production, pricing, and sustainable shareholder value going forward. The company commenced crushing on December 5, 2025, and despite initial lower cane availability, achieved improved sugar recovery with operational gradually strengthening and cumulative crushing of 526,000 tons of cane, which yielded 56,360 tons of refined sugar at an average recovery of 11.004% as on 12 February 2026. Looking ahead, the board believes that ongoing deregulation of sugar sector in line with IMF conditions, together with prudent policy reforms, is expected to enhance investment, productivity, and long-term sustainability across the industry. In this context, FSML is well positioned to improve its financial performance in 25-26 through higher production, carefully structured sales strategy, lower financing costs, and disciplined operations, supporting sustainable value creation for all stakeholders.
Now we open the floor for question answer. Please ask concise and to the point questions.
First one is Suhail Dai.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Sir, I have three questions. First is on the profit of associate. In the December quarter, you made a profit of about 67 million. Could you give us a breakup between distillery and sugar? And if so, between CO2 and ethanol and sugar?
Sunday.
Mr. Atif giving data.
जी.
यूनिकॉल लिमिटेड ने जो टोटल नेट प्रॉफिट किया 201 मिलियन का, जिसमें से हमारा 33% शेयर है 67 मिलियन का. इसके अंदर जो ब्रेकअप है, इथेनॉल के अंदर उनको लॉस आया 140 मिलियन का, शुगर के अंदर 288 मिलियन का नेट प्रॉफिट है, और CO2 सेगमेंट से 52 मिलियन का टोटल प्रॉफिट है.
ओके, थैंक यू जी. सर, अभी हम अगर यील्ड देखें, यील्ड पर एकड़, आपके फार्म्स में यील्ड पर एकड़ इज अबाउट 921 मॉन्ड्स, और आपके जो जोन एरियाज में यील्ड है तकरीबन 665 मॉन्ड्स. तो बिग डिफरेंस. डू यू सी दीज टू वैल्यूज कन्वर्जिंग? मतलब आउट जोन में जरा प्रोडक्टिविटी इंप्रूव होने के चांस है?
अस्सलाम सुहेल. The 921 मॉन्ड्स किस जगह की आप बता रहे हैं?
Versus about 660 in your in the zone areas, your farms versus others.
921 is the average
of your farms. 921 mons per acre.
921 हमारा तो वो एक्सपेरिमेंटल फार्म होता है ना, इसके अंदर बेसिकली ये
जी,
होता है कि the way we try to make it a model for the growers to follow all the steps of good crop management. तो पहले तो हमारे यहाँ पर जो एवरेज yield जो आती थी वो आती थी 450 to 500. With all these efforts that we have put in over the past 8 to 10 years, the farmers have started to improve their the quality of the way they manage their crop, the application of seed timely, application of fertilizers. So now they've gone up to like 640 months. But the potential is there that they can easily take it up by another 50%, provided that they do follow all good practices of managing the farms. So it's an ongoing effort which we are doing, trying to make sure that the farmers' only way to make more money on the farms is to increase the yields. So slowly and gradually, they are coming on this side, but at times due to other dent in, getting a loss in other crops like wheat or rice did not pay out, and due to some rain effects, they are very tight financially. So this year also, Alhamdulillah, we've gotten a financing facility from Faisal Bank to the tune of 300 million, whereby we are trying to get the farmers on board and to supply them quality seeds and walk them through all the stages of planting and crop management, so that at the end of the day, we are able to increase the yield, which will eventually help the industry by bringing in more cane from nearby areas. So this has
Okay,
been a
thank you.
consistent effort. Yeah.
Okay. And sir, finally, your purchase of Unicor's purchase of Popular Sugar, I think you bought it for about 6.5 billion. I think you took a lot of leverage to buy that. At one point, you were considering IPO of Unicorn in the past. Any considerations for that to reduce the leverage?
No, actually, when we bought the project, it was the year after that which had a severe crisis, not just in sugar but in ethanol. So yeah, we had put in 2.5 billion of our cash, and then we took a 4.5 billion rupee loan on that. Looking at the season last year, we were able to sail through, and alhamdulillah, we were able to get back into profit. This year is also looking quite promising, and we believe that we'll be able to easily fulfill all our commitments. So
डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया
जी आई थिंक डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए
डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया। मैं हम
तो
दोबारा ये ज्वाइन करते हैं।
जी 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 जी
आपको कोई और फर्दर क्वेश्चन है रिगार्डिंग
नहीं सर, यही सवाल था। बस यही पूछा, आईपीओ अभी ड्राइंग बोर्ड पर तो फिलहाल कोई है
नहीं, मेरे ख्याल में आईपीओ कोई नहीं है अभी। अहमद साहब आ गए, दोबारा मजीद आपको कर देंगे।
जी जी
yeah, sorry, I somehow
नो प्रॉब्लम जी
so basically, yani, looking at the conditions that are prevailing in the market, we believe that IPO is not on the cards as of now, because
Okay.
and unless we have another acquisition in mind, which we are planning for, so we will be able to fulfill all our commitments through internal generation, inshallah.
थैंक यू सो मच एंड ऑल द बेस्ट
Thank you.
Any further questions? There is a question in the chat. Yes.
So if there are no more questions, then I guess.
There is a question from Mr. Zuhair.
Okay.
Okay. Please share the sugarcane prices at the start of crushing season, currently prevailing cane rates, and your expectation for cane prices by the end of the season.
At the start of the season, we started the factory with a sugarcane price of 425 rupees. And the sugarcane prices as of yesterday was 540 to 550 rupees. These are ex-mill. But even during this course, there have been plenty of times where the sugarcane price have been brought down to level of 470, 480. So it's a yo-yo effect, because there's a demand supply gap in Sindh, so the price keeps on fluctuating. So the average price, I think, that the season will close for the Sindh factories will be somewhere between 475 to 520. This is going to be the range where most mills will fall. This is I'm talking about Sangha and below. If you go higher towards the northern part of Sindh or lower part of Punjab, then the prices are going to be lower, somewhere between about 440 to 460 ki range mein honge wo.
Next question is, what supply demand dynamics do you expect this year?
For sugar?
Yes, sugar.
Yes.
Sugar, we are looking at a production of about 6.9 million tons. and the consumption, we believe from the past data, which is quite accurate, consumption is about 6.6 million tons, somewhere in that ballpark. So we foresee a overproduction of about 300,000 tons, which should not be a big stock to carry, because normally Pakistan does carry 1 month of surplus stock, which is about 550,000 tons. So 300,000 tons ये भी ले लें, और अगर 1 लाख टन जो इम्पोर्ट किया था वो ही पड़ा हुआ है, तो 4 लाख टन का हमारे पास एक्सेस स्टॉक होगा when we hit the next season. So that is about 20 days of stock, which is fairly normal for Pakistan and for the economy, which has so much of sugar consumption and population. तो उस हिसाब से तो यानी कि the equation seems fairly balanced.
Next question is, how do you see sugar sector deregulation impact on the industry?
There's a lot of discussion going on with regards to sugar deregulation. It's about time that the government comes out with a final verdict. Okay, bhai, this has been done. Why I feel that government is having some thoughts as to how they want to do this. We are very clear that this will happen, inshallah. ठीक है ना? Because one of the conditions government wants to get out of this industry. Their interference has created a lot of confusion. So it's a very clear policy that they want to step out. But how they will step out, whether they will step out in one go, whether they will step out in 2 phases, that is yet to be seen. I believe that government should, in the first instance, deregulate the sugar marketing completely. That means that the import and export of sugar should be open, made free. Sugar mills should be allowed to be set up whenever they want. Raw sugar should be allowed to be brought in and to be processed and to be exported. And we have a captive market of Afghanistan, all the Stan countries like Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and there is a lot of sugar which goes there from Pakistan. And also China is a very fruitful market for Pakistani manufacturers. So we have a market where we can easily bring in the raw sugar, process it, and then export it at a decent arbitrage. So government should allow that. And then the question comes that if they do this, what will happen in a scenario where, let's say, if international prices goes to about 1,000 rupees a kilo? So is Pakistan going to export all of its sugar? Or let's say on the other hand, if the international prices falls down to, let's say, 100 rupees a kilo, will Pakistan bring in 100 rupee a kilo sugar over here? Then what will happen to the growers? Then the following year, the growers will get a beating for the sugar cane for which they grow. So I believe that the second part of the deregulation should be the regulatory part, where the government can keep the tariff, mandate in their own hands, and then manage it accordingly, so that they are able to make sure that the industries are doing producing good financial results, and the growers are also being compensated fairly for the crop which they grow. So that I believe deregulation should take part in 2 phases. First, the marketing part should get deregulated, and then followed by the government regulatory environment. So, but the question that the deregulation will happen or not, inshallah, I'm a firm believer that it should happen, hopefully as soon as in a couple of months.
The last question is, please comment on the sugarcane availability both in north and south.
North meaning north of Sindh, or north meaning north of Pakistan?
Punjab.
Well, sugarcane, of course, is a lot more in Punjab. Punjab produced last year 3.8 million tons. Sindh produced 1.8 million tons. Even now, this year, we believe Punjab is going to be producing somewhere around 4.5 million tons or more. And Sindh will produce about 1.8. Last year, it produced 1.6. So the ratio is like one-third to two-third. So Punjab has got a large area under cane cultivation and compared to Sindh. And KPK is producing about 400,000 tons of sugar on a yearly basis, which has been the norm for the past few years.
No more questions, I please.
Any question from any person?
Yes, there is another question. Please comment on Bagasse prices and per unit electricity cost generated through Bagasse.
Bagasse prices right now, which are prevailing in the market, is about 7,500 rupees, inclusive of sales tax. So that's the price of Bagasse. And as far as electricity of Bagasse producing If you produce electricity through Bagasse, then the cost, I don't have the exact number with me, but when we sell to HESCO, we sell it for about 7 rupees a kilowatt hour. So that is the height of being, taken advantage of by these government entities. तो 7 रुपए पे वो हमारी बिजली लेते हैं और सामने वो 60 रुपीज पे बेचते हैं. But that is what these guys are contracting for.
No more questions left.
Any other question from any person?
I believe no.
There are no further questions, so we conclude this session. We thanks to all participants and their valuable comments. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.